Welcome to day 46 of the vlog of a newly minted socialist. Yeah, I'm a socialist now, guys. Okay, so this is great. I figured out why socialism is awesome. Okay, and I figured out why people like what's the motivation to be a socialist, right? Really, from like the top, the people who really like pushing it, like Bernie Sanders. It's people who are capitalists, but who don't have any good ideas, like for business. So like they want the money and the power, obviously. Bernie Sanders has 3 houses, okay? And whatever, Bernie Sanders has 3 houses, but you can't tell me like I'm a socialist and then I have 3 houses and then I'm supposed to believe, oh yeah, this guy's totally just in it for the little guy. No, that's crap. That's a lie. But thinking about it, I'm like, that's actually kind of genius though, because you don't have to come up with anything of value to the world, to the people around you. You just have to tell people you're going to give them stuff for free. That's like the easiest sell in the world, right? Like, that's great. Now, normally, because socialism's a new thing, it's been around for a long time. Generally speaking, there's always some hardcore socialists who are like, yeah, this is a great idea. And most normal, like, sane people are like, oh no, but you're ridiculous. So go sit in a corner and, wave your flags and put on your Che Guevara hats or whatever. And then generally speaking, like there's some country somewhere that's imploding because it's socialist, and the rest of the world, the rest of the country, and the rest of the people are like, oh yeah, obviously, see, look, socialism, that thing you keep talking about, it keeps imploding everywhere. I don't think we should try it here. And Venezuela's doing that right now. Like they're literally just imploding, but it doesn't seem to matter to people who are like the current diehard socialists. They're like, no, it's fight the power, like fight the big evil corporation. Here's the thing. I've never heard of a really, truly like multi-billion dollar business person. I've never heard of a single one of them who didn't have to hire a bunch of people to get there. Never seen it happen. Never. Like, that's not how it works. They have to hire people, which means that their billion-dollar company is making a bunch of people, it's giving them a job and something to do and money and a way to provide for their families. Politicians, they don't create jobs. You can't. You don't have any money. You don't have any good ideas that are worth anything to the public. You're not providing a service or a good that people want. So all you can do is take money from somebody else and then give it to your constituents, whoever decided to vote you into office because free stuff sounded awesome. That is not, like, that doesn't work. And here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other day, okay? Socialism, this whole idea, this fighting the 1%, we're the 99%, we're fighting the 1%. So the solution is to take the money from the 1% and redistribute it down to the 99 or whatever. Take their money, give it to the other people who need money. Okay, I see how that's an easy sell. Look, I'm not rich. I don't make anything. So socialism sounds great. Are you telling me I could literally just sit around and play music all day and take money from really rich people? That sounds like a great plan. No, that's awful. That is so stupid. It doesn't work. But this is the part that always gets me, is these people hate businesses. They hate these 1% really wealthy, like, people. So the solution is to take the money from these really, really successful people. And I know you call it the 1%, but there are literally thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people who, actually it's more than just, there's a ton of millionaires. There's a ton of those people. You should still call it the 1%, but 1% of the hundreds of millions of people in our country is a lot of people. And so your solution is to take that money and give it to the ultimate big business, the ultimate like big inefficient, horribly run, corrupt business, the US government? That's the solution? Okay, it doesn't make any sense. It only sounds good. It only sounds good if you just ignore history, if you don't know anything about economics. That's the only way it sounds good. Is if you're just thinking, well, that's how I'm gonna get money and then I can do whatever I want. And I think part of this is propagated by people who truly, I was kind of joking at the start, but kind of not, people who don't have an idea that is worth money to other people. They haven't come up with one. And it makes them mad because somebody came up with a Snuggie and made millions. And they're like, well, I have some great idea, but nobody seems to care about it. And it makes them mad. So like, well, people should care. Well, they don't. So get over it. Go invent another Snuggie thing. I mean, that's the reality of it. That's how it works. And you talk about these big evil companies and how, there's just this handful of people who are controlling everything. Rewind the clock 30 years and look at the top businesses in our country. Go look at it. They are not the same businesses that are currently the top ones in our country. Some of them might be. But Facebook, that one 30 years ago, you kidding me? Apple, Google, all these companies that are just like running everything now, they weren't there then. It's not like these big companies are just always going to be the biggest thing around. That's not how this economy works. You look at it and you're like, oh, see these big evil corporations. These are fluid entities that are currently massive and huge and seem like, oh, this, big business capitalists are just screwing everyone over. Well, that's just the companies that are currently on top. That changes because our system allows competition. It allows people to break into that mold, break into that world, and change it and unseat those companies. Look at Patagonia, okay? There are companies like Patagonia, like Whole Foods, some of these tech companies are trying to do the same thing, where they're trying to be better fiscally, they're trying to be more humanitarian in the way that they do their business. They're trying to treat their employees better and better and better and provide more for them. They go about their business in a way that makes so much more sense for people who are really just want to cue in on the social aspect of it. There are big, really successful businesses that are doing that now. And they're successful and they make money, and that is something that works inside this economy, but you have to come up with a good idea for it. It doesn't work as a government entity where you're just going to take money from successful human beings, successful people who've come up with something. I'm not saying they're all saints, but nobody out here walking around is like perfect. That's not how this works. Everyone's flawed. We're just mad that those people have money. But so the goal is just to take their money and give it to other people. Eventually there's no more money. It only sounds like a good idea because there's a lot of wealth in this country. Well, when eventually that wealth runs out because there's no incentive to go out and work hard because this government is set up to just give you stuff, well, then the money's gonna run out. There's not gonna be any more innovation because there's no incentive to do it. You're always going to have a handful of people who are out there, I'm just going to do it for the good of humanity. But most of these great, brilliant changes and inventions were done by people who were capitalists, who wanted to create something new. That one, yes, was going to help people, but two, was going to make them very successful. That's not a problem. That's a motivator. And we have things set in place so that you can't just go out and, go get a bunch of child labor to go build your business and, build your tower. You can't do that anymore in this country. That's not how it works. We have these protections. We protect workers in a very, very strong way here. calm down. We just hit 10 minutes. Might be the longest vlog I've ever done. I've just been thinking about this a lot, and it's really, really frustrating. Because you look at it and you go, those people who don't learn from history are bound to repeat it. And history is not filled with success stories of socialism. It's not. Absolutely is not. Socialism has not ever truly been successful long term. It always leads to even more consolidated power at the very top, and you're basically just creating a ruling class of human beings who don't have to add value to anybody. All they have to do is keep promising you free stuff, and then eventually there's no even economic repercussions because they control all of it. And then you get dictatorships, then you get these Venezuelas. And me personally, I'm not interested in that. For all of the flaws and whatever with the capitalist system, which is not really with the system and is more with people, for all of the flaws, it still allows the most opportunity for the most people to experience a level of success that is just unattainable anywhere else. That's just simply how it is. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I'm done. Hopefully you've enjoyed my rant on socialism. If not, sorry. There's always tomorrow. See ya.